Yo, this is my first live stream ever. Just want to come through, talk about dating, relationships, see what's going on in the YouTube world, see who pops by, see what's happening. Yeah, let's get this going. So, yeah, just want to come through and, find out, today why people want to go into relationships. It's a time for yourselves to talk about any motivations you have for, going into a relationship or something. Um, yeah, just want to hear your thoughts. And, if you want to talk about like why you go into a relationship yourself, for example, just anything to do with that nature, I guess. So just want to hear anyone's thoughts and opinions about relationships, any comments you want to make. Are you in a relationship right now? What was your motivation for going into a relationship? Are you looking for a relationship? Are you single? Why are you single? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, a lot of people go into relationships for different reasons. So, you know, what's your reason? Yo, what's good? We got Jokey15 in the chat. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? We got some people in the chat. So I'm just here today. This is my first live stream. My first live stream. Yeah, I got a girlfriend. I'm in a relationship. What's happening, Cassie? What's happening, Anna Lillis? This is my first live stream. What's happening, Seattle VR? Yo. So tell me, guys, like, why do you guys go into relationships? Nah, no German, I'm afraid. What's happening? Yes, I'm Nigerian, but British, born in the UK. What's up, people? We got some people showing up. Give the stream a like, please subscribe. If you got any questions about relationships, yo from the UK, what's happening? So I'm just coming through today to talk about, why do you desire a relationship? I think a lot of people, get into, relationships for all kinds of reasons. It's kind of like a self-improvement, kind of spiritually focused channel, trying to, you know, improve ourselves, especially when it comes to dating and relationships. That's something I've always had a passion for. Can everyone hear me clearly? Everyone hear me clearly? What's happening, John? What's happening, Braden, Jordan? What's happening, Jessica Hobbs? How's it going, Daisy Bailey? So what's everyone's situation? You guys in relationships? You single? What's up, Samantha Jones? What's up, Flexes? Give the stream a like. Please subscribe. I'm gonna try to make more videos about relationships, self-improvement, spirituality, things like that. We are live from UK, London. What's up, Speed Winner 4? So tell me, guys, what's the reason everyone goes into relationships here? Do we go into relationships to grow with the person, or do we have other motives? What's happening, people? How to keep the spark alive? Jessica Hobbs wants to know how to keep the spark alive. How long have you guys been together? You in a relationship, Jessica? Tell me a bit more. Yeah, some people go into like K&C, Drama Zone, Hindi said. Some people like to just hook up. Some people go into relationships, you know, for different reasons. 20 years and 3 kids together. Wow. Congrats. That's a long time. Are you married, Jessica, or is it just a relationship? So how to keep the spark alive? I mean, there's many, you know, things you can do to keep the spark alive in a relationship. I think it really just depends on understanding each other. Okay, not married, engaged. You know, as they say, communication, you know, is the most important thing in relationships, I think. And you'll see that in many books and self-improvement, you know, things. Communication is always definitely the #1 key to keep a relationship alive. You got to know what's happening with each other in the present moment. What's happening? How's it going, Elia Tamang? So we've got a few married people in the chat. I've never been married myself. I'm in a relationship of a few years. My girlfriend is Filipina. She's from the Philippines. We met here in London, UK. What's happening, Mars? What's happening, D-Monkey? So whoever's single, why are you guys single then? What's the reason for being single? Is there a reason, or are you guys looking for someone to date? What's happening, Rex the Beast? Please give the stream a like and subscribe if you wanna make this your regular self-improvement hub. We're gonna be talking about relationships, single life, how to keep relationships alive. So we had a few here who are single, never had a relationship. What's the reason then that you feel you've never had a relationship? Is there a particular reason? So what do you guys think is a good way to keep a relationship alive? Do you go out on dates, Jessica, with your partner? You guys still like dating, keeping things fresh, you know, going out to, you know, cool places? It's not always about, you know, doing something expensive, right? It's just about the moment, you know, enjoying each other's company. Are you going out? Are you know, trying to go out to each other's favorite places? Like, are you keeping the relationship fresh? What's going on? So yeah, like Mars said, you know, sex is important as well. Can't deny that. Because obviously, if you're in a romantic relationship, it's a sexual relationship as well. So yeah, you can definitely still, you know, be happy and single. Definitely. So where's everyone from? Where's everyone's? Where we all commenting from? What's everyone's country? Where's everyone from? When was the last time you saw her, Rex the Beast? Shout outs to India. Shout outs to India. When did you last see her, Rex the Beast? All right, got America in the house. Whereabouts in America? The thing is, Rex the Beast, are you open to? Is she open to speaking with you? Is she open to communication? Rice, I used to, but not anymore. Not anymore. What's happening, Rishi? So where's everyone from? New Orleans, nice. Oh, so you have it. Is she your? So you're officially in a relationship, Rex, with this girl. Then, how long you guys been together? So this is my first live stream. Give it a like. Please subscribe if you're interested in, you know, self-improvement, dating and relationships, things like that. So we got Samantha from the UK. We got quite a few people from the UK here. So do you feel like she's avoiding you, Rex? You feel like she's avoiding you? Okay, so 1 month. If you feel something's off, you have to have that conversation, right? If you feel something's off, if you feel like she's avoiding you, you have to have that conversation, right? And if there's a communication issue, if she's like, if you're asking her to do things and she's not really listening, then, you know, how old are you guys as well? Like, how old is everyone here? What's happening? Eradicator, how you doing? But you see, that's why you gotta, guys, you gotta date for a while. You gotta shout out to Mr. Locario. He has a great YouTube channel where he, you know, I've learned a lot from him as well. He talks about the vetting process, where you really, as a man, you should, you know, vet a woman first and see, you know, how it goes before you actually make her your girlfriend and things like that. You gotta, you know, see if someone's the right person for you first. Okay, cool. Yeah, you know, you gotta give it time. You know, don't just rush in and make her your girl. Never just make someone your girl, you know, straight away. Give it some time first. Nah, not necessarily PUA. Nah, not PUA. I'm more about just helping men, you know, with their self-worth, helping men to build up their self-worth. What's happening, Louisa? Trying to help men, you know, build up their self-worth, believe in themselves, giving, you know, young men advice on dating, you know, women too, if they want the advice as well. Got some green tea here. So yeah, not necessarily PUA, just more about, you know, being the best version of yourself, especially when it comes to yourself as a young man, being your best version in a relationship, you know, because a relationship is either going to be a benefit to your life or it's either going to be a misery, right? Shout outs to anyone new that's just dropping in. Give the stream a like, please subscribe. This is my first live stream. At some point I'm going to need some moderators. So yeah, no, not necessarily PUA, just trying to help out men, you know. There's a lot of young men who rush into, you know, relationships not really knowing what they're doing, and they end up making all these mistakes, you know, like, I don't know, having children with the wrong person or something, you know, just, or getting married to the wrong person, you know. So I try to, you know, I want to do my best to maybe try to prevent people from getting into the wrong things, you know. So yeah, you know, I help people with just general self-improvement, becoming the best version of yourself. How old is everyone here? What's everyone's opinion? How long do you think it should take to, after you've been dating, how long should it take to get into a relationship? One month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year? How long do you guys think? Like, because I think, like, you know, sometimes we get caught up in, you know, relationships and just, you know, rush without really sort of like seeing if, you know, sitting down, having conversations with the person, seeing if they're like the right person for you. So that's kind of, you know, part of my reason for jumping on today, is to try and steer people into the right direction, you know. So you personally, comment down below, why do you desire to get into a relationship, guys? What's the reason that you think people should get into a relationship? And to make it even more personal, why do you want a relationship? What's your personal reason? So I've got a question. Should you just go into a relationship to give love? What's happening, Gabriel? Appreciate the love. Which video did you see? So I think at the moment I've only got like 2, or maybe you've been a subscriber from before or something, I don't know. So why do you guys think a person should go into a relationship? What should be the intention and the motive? Yeah, appreciate the love, bro. Appreciate the love, Gabriel. Get your friends to subscribe. This is going to be a relationship kind of channel where we give advice, trying to build up young men, trying to prevent men from making certain mistakes in the relationships, helping men to, get to know themselves more. Not just men, of course, women as well, helping people to realize their value and self-worth. Yeah, I hear you, Rex. Yeah, someone's either, at the end of the day, Rex, someone's either got a desire to be with you or they haven't. And as hard as that is to hear, sometimes it's true. Like, someone's either got a desire to be with you or they don't. And sometimes you just have to, swallow that pill and swallow that difficult pill and break it off sometimes. Sometimes as a man, you just have to do that, and I would advise not to waste too much time. If you feel someone's not right for you, if you feel something's, funny, have a conversation with them. Always communicate. If they're not open to communicating, if they seem shut down, if they seem closed off, it could be an indication they just don't have much of a desire to, be with you and to see things through. So sometimes in that case, you just have to, do the more difficult decision, but the more beneficial decision as well. So it's definitely going to be sounds like you made the right decision, Rex. So I wouldn't worry too much. At the end of the day, you want to be with someone, you want to be with a woman who is passionate and desirous to be with you right from the start. Yeah. There's plenty of women out there, Rex. There's no shortage of, dating potential out there. So I wouldn't be worried, Just keep going out there speaking to women. So what's everyone's situation? You guys got anyone else in like relationships? How's everyone's like dating life and relationships going? Yeah, no worries, Rex. Make sure to subscribe, bro, so we can keep in touch. Subscribe, like the stream. If you come again, I might even make you a moderator. I need a moderator to, maybe help me out. Appreciate it, man. So remember, always they have to be passionate about you from the start, like from day one, the day you approach her, from the first date, she's got to be passionate about you. It can't just be like, like she doesn't care that much, she doesn't care if she won't see you again. She has to be like, have a strong desire for you. That's something you have to look out for at the start. Because if she has a desire for you straight away, then the relationship's going to go a long way. But don't never rush into a relationship. Just make sure that she has like the qualities and the things you're looking for. Never just rush into something. Yeah, that's a point as well, Miles. That's a point as well. We definitely want to make sure, like, we're not, controlling as well. It's very important to give, like, when we're with someone, we've got to give them that space as well. But, at the same time, like, if you feel something is, like, not right, then, you want to try and have a communication and just see where her head's at. Appreciate it, Gabriel. Appreciate it. Have you been a subscriber before? Or you just come to the channel just from today? Are you new just from today? No worries. Appreciate the love, man. So how old is everyone? What's everyone's like relationship status? Are you in a relationship? Are you looking? Are you happy being single? And if you want to be in a relationship, why do you desire a relationship? Because I think for me personally, I think it's important to desire a relationship to give love, right? To give love to the person, to grow together. Yeah, no, I've got a girlfriend at the moment. Yeah. We've been together almost 3 years. But I've always been into, like, I've read, quite a few books on relationships. I've been into self-improvement for most of my life, like, over 15 years. I've always been into, like, relationship psychology, helping out young men to be more confident, to go after what they want, to not to be afraid to approach women. If you're single, you should be out there speaking to women. You gotta allow, when you're out there, you gotta be out there trying to, don't be afraid to show women your authentic self. Teaching men to, go after what they want in life, to be bold, to see their value. So yeah, I've been with my girl, just for a few years now. It's going well. We communicate. We have a desire to grow together. The thing about relationships, it's a complex thing. Two people coming together. You both come from different backgrounds, different childhoods. You come from different perspectives of life. There's a lot to it. There's a lot that goes into keeping a relationship fresh and successful. You really gotta let yourselves deal with, like, childhood issues as well, which I think, like, a lot of people don't speak enough about. I think, like, some people have a better idea than others, but I think, like, some people get into relationships and they don't really know what to do. Like, you've been together maybe 2-3 years, and then what next? Like, they call it the honeymoon phase, right? Which lasts, what they say, a few months to a year or something. And then after that, reality kicks in. Like, what do you do? What do you do after that, right? All the issues and stuff start to come up. A lot of projection happens in relationships, people projecting their sort of, like, unhealed issues onto each other and things like that. Yeah, I believe in the afterlife. Yeah, good question. What's up? What's happening, Tyrell? Where are you from, Tyrell? I believe in an afterlife. Yes, I do. I believe that there's a spirit world after, that this earth life is just one phase, and that consciousness is not necessarily attached to the physical body. I just find that like impossible to, you know, I think consciousness is more powerful than what we have been told, that there's no way consciousness is just attached to. I definitely believe that this earth life is just like the first phase. Depends, Tyrell, what you define as good. What is it? What do we define as a good person, right? What's a good person? Appreciate the love so far, guys. This is my first live stream. Please give it a like and a sub. Would appreciate it. If you're into like spirituality, relationships, self-improvement, becoming the best version of yourself, trying to help other young men realize their self-worth. I consider myself like more spiritual though, not religious. I have lied before, yes. So where's everyone from today? How's everyone's day been today? Anyone going on any dates lately? Any dates to like report on? Any dates? Do you guys believe in law of attraction? You know, that you attract, you know, certain situations and scenarios and stuff based on, you know, your condition and your beliefs and your thoughts. What's happening, Matt? Nice, we got South Africa. Heard it's really beautiful there. Would love to go there one day. So we've got a few married people. Yep, I'm from London, born and bred. Born in London. So we're live streaming here from London, UK. Trying to help out some young men realize their self-worth and their value. Talking about relationships, dating, being the best version of yourself. Trying to attract the best possible situations in life. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're interested in these kind of topics, realizing your self-worth, trying to be the best version of yourself. We got anyone else here from the UK? Anyone else from London? Where's everyone from? Just trying to see where we've got people dropping in from today. So we've got South Africa, we've got I think a few Americans here as well, got a few from the UK. What's everyone's status? You guys in relationships? You single? You looking for relationships? If you're in a relationship, what would you say has been you know, really good lesson that you've learned, something that you feel has kept your relationship going? What do you think has kept like your relationship, what do you think has kept your relationship strong? Oh, nice, married in Greece. Wow. So when you say Bolton, where's Bolton? Ah, Greater Manchester. In UK, right? Because I know there's Bolton Wanderers. Have you been to London before, Matt? Make sure to like and subscribe. Would be much appreciated. Just a small humble channel trying to see, what happens. I've always been interested in like self-improvement, relationships, that kind of thing. So something I've always had passionate about, like psychology, self-improvement, things like that. Thames Tide Rate, right? Yeah, we've got a few people in the UK here. So if you're like a male, if you're a young man that's single, are you out there trying to talk to women? You know, are you out there approaching? Are we being proactive? Are we getting ourselves out there? Are we being confident and bold? When we go out there, if you're single and you're out there talking to lots of women, it definitely improves your social skills. I remember when I was younger, me and my friends, we used to, maybe like when we were 12, 13, something like that, we used to go like to shopping malls and, you know, try to talk to girls and stuff. And the reason I mentioned that, because these things really help with social skills, and it's really helped me, now being in my 30s. It's really helped me. It's really helped me, you know, like talking with women. It's really helped me with dating, and things like that. I ended up in North London. Yep, yep. Nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. So what kind of like videos do you guys watch when it comes to like dating and relationships? Is there any like, anyone got like questions, anything like they want to talk about, whether it's like dating, you got your eye on someone, anything like anyone want to ask about their dating situations, things like that, single life, maybe you're trying to date more, maybe you want advice on dating or something. What's your guys' longest relationship? Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know, Matt. I don't know. If it's, I don't know if it's tough or not, I don't know. But that's, sorry to hear that, man. How long does he have? Is he gonna be in for a long time? Hope he's, you know, hope everything's good. So yeah, I mean, a lot of guys in society, I think we don't really talk enough about men and their, and their worth. I think in society, people kind of, maybe not so much anymore, especially with like social media where, all this stuff about self-love and, I think social media is kind of, as we all know, social media has got its downsides as well. But when you think about it, it's kind of helped to make more awareness of like mental health and, like self-love, and whereas we didn't have like, back in the day, we didn't have like viral videos about mental health, right? We didn't really have, as much awareness and as much push as we do today, because obviously we didn't have social media before. And I think it's kind of being brought to more people's awareness that, men suffer from low self-worth as well. It's not just like a feminine thing, right? It's not just women. I think it's been made more aware in the past few years that men need to be encouraged as well with their worth, right? And that's the reason I mentioned that, is because I think that's reflected a lot in relationships as well. Like a lot of men end up in toxic relationships because they don't really value their own worth, right? Yeah, suicide. And that's one of the reasons I'm on here today. That's one of the reasons I'm trying to like do a channel to help men, young men, not just men, women as well, if they're open to being helped as well. But obviously, as myself as a male, it's definitely going to be more male focused, obviously. Self-worth, people deleting themselves, it's good to have, I think it's good to have like a community, I think it's good to find a community, even if it's online, right? Even if it's online, yeah, like Mars said, yeah, there's definitely a lot of double standards with, like how men are portrayed like in the media and things like that. Even in Hollywood movies, we've all been lied to. Like Hollywood movies, Disney, the male is always sort of portrayed to be the strong, and it's not always like that in the real life, is it? When you're living day to day, trying to make ends meet, especially if you're, like someone in their like late 20s and 30s, and you get older, and you don't always have it together as a man, right? And I think it's only like the past few years, it's only like the past couple of years where it's been brought to everyone's attention that as a man you don't always have it all together, right? And I think that's because, we need, like, men need coaching, we need like mentorship, we do. And that's why things like coaching, mentorship can really help prevent depression, suicide in men, in young men. Just having someone to be there for them. Paul Hilton Bolton, yeah, I'll look into that. Yeah, I like what don't know how to pronounce your name, dude. Is it Tugra? It's a good point. You know, yeah, we definitely need to support each other. You know, just don't forget to, if you're just dropping in now, if you're still watching, don't forget to give the stream a like and subscribe. If you like what you're seeing today, if you wanna, you know, make this one of your regular hubs for self-improvement, try and build a little community. Oh wow, that's pretty dark, Matt. Wow. Yeah, mental health, man. And yeah, you know, suicide has always been higher in men, right? With men, so I think that definitely tells us something. That definitely tells us something. You know, definitely tells us something. So it's just, I think it's good for men to have like a positive community, you know, that you interact with a few times a week at least. Especially if you're someone who considers themselves to be quite alone or lonely, maybe you live on your own or something. You know, there's a lot of, you see all these people on YouTube making videos about being lonely. Lots of men now making videos about loneliness and talking about their struggles, you know, their mental health privately, you know, in private. So YouTube has been good in that way, you know, allowing people to have a voice to talk out, you know. Just being able to sit down and upload a video is therapy for a lot of people, and they end up building a community. Yeah, cheers, Matt. I'll have a look at that. You know, so it's a great way to, you know, build a community for men. You know, building ourselves up, preventing ourselves from like getting in the wrong relationships. We know what that is like with men. You know, getting into the wrong like relationships and then regretting it, having a woman drag you through all this, you know, through the mud and all this stuff. So, you know, if we can prevent those kind of things, you know, that's what I'd love to be able to help men prevent those things. You know, turn my fan around, it's blowing in my face. So, how's everyone's summer been? It's I'm a bit 50-50 on the heat, you know. I'm not sure how I feel about you know, too much heat, unless like I'm you know, I've got my fan blowing directly into me, you know. I'm a bit 50-50 on the heat, man. A little bit of sun is nice, but when it's too much and, you know, you're sweating just to like walk outside 5 minutes and you're already like sweating. Anyone got any holidays planned or anything? Any holidays within like the next few months or anything? Even here in London, UK, it's still quite warm. You know, it's been warm for a while. We had just a little bit of rain just now, but like a tiny bit. I think there's going to be some rain past midnight tonight. So if you're single right now, do you have a reason for being single? Are you looking for a relationship? Are you dating? When was the last time you had a date. So, you know, I'm in a relationship myself, and some things I've found that help me is to um, be there to listen to her, be there to listen. Um, you know, create a space for her to share herself, and, you know, things like that. Also, Tugra, you're in Turkey. Is it Turkey, you said? Yeah, Tugra, I agree. I think you can, you know, find a soulmate. I think that is a thing. I think a lot of men are afraid as well. Like, a lot of men are afraid to um, approach women, right? A lot of men are afraid to, um, and that's something I'm good at. Like, that's something when I am single, I do talk to a lot of women in person to, you know, see what's happening. I'm not like afraid to approach, you know, women and, you know, speak to them, because you have to, right? Like, you know, you're gonna just be, if you're single and you're not speaking to women, you're just gonna be single. Like, you have to get out, you have to put yourself out there, right? Otherwise you're just gonna, nothing's gonna happen, right? Like, I don't think men should sit and wait for women to come to us. I think we should actually take the initiative and just go for it, because that also teaches us as men, that teaches us different skills, right? Like, going after what we want, conquering our fears, and even in person, in real life, I've helped men, like, guys do that. Because a lot of guys have like fears about approaching women, and you know, things like that. So then you've got to like look at why are you afraid to strike up conversations with women. So, like, for those of you who are single, do you approach women? Do you, and maybe if you're a woman watching, do you, how do you find the experiences? Do you get approached a lot by men? Yeah, you definitely gotta have, like Tugra said, you definitely gotta have fun in a relationship. You gotta have fun, you gotta laugh. That's extremely important. You know, a lot of guys like rely on pickup lines, and things like that. But I think it's just important to really be yourself, right? Because women can see that. They can see if you're being genuine and authentic, right? So Mars is asking how important is looks. So I've been like studying and learning about this dating and relationship stuff for a very long time, right? And from all of my findings, from all of my studying, I don't think looks play as big a part as we think, right? Because if you're just like looking for a hookup, right, that's different. Even then, I'm not saying looks matter, but the reason I mention that is because most women who are looking for a relationship, right, they're not just seeking after looks. Most women, I think it's definitely more men who are impressed by looks, like when they're looking for a woman. Um, Women are not looking for looks as much as we think they are. They're not, and that's been my experience as well. Women, from my experience, are more looking for companionship and a masculine man who can be a leader, right? That's always going to be number one. That's what feminine. Because think about it, right? We've got feminine and then we've got masculine. So the feminine is looking for a masculine energy, right? And the masculine energy is someone who can lead, right? So you can have all these looks, you can have money, but none of that matters if you can't lead a woman, if you can't lead a relationship, if you don't have like masculine and leadership qualities, right? You've got to be able to like make decisions and things like that, right? You got to be able to lead a relationship, and that's so as a man, there's a lot of responsibility, right? And that's why it's not good. I would definitely recommend not to rush into relationships with a woman. You got to take your time. You got to, as they say, you got to vet her for a while. You got to see if she's the right person for you. You got to at least like 9 months to a year. I'd say at least 9 months to a year. You got to, have that time to just date her and see if she's on board with you, right? Yeah, because of course, like at first glance, the initial thing you see with someone is their face, is their appearance, right? That's the first thing you see. Yeah, so we can't deny that. Like the face is definitely the appearance is the first thing you see, and there's nothing wrong with having that initial attraction. But it's really not just about looks. You gotta what women really love is if a man can be his authentic self. That is number one. All right, so leadership and being your authentic self, because many guys are women meet a lot of the same guy. Women meet a lot of the same guy, guys. You know what I mean? They meet the same guy all the time. Like, he's not very different. He's just like the same kind of like average Joe, right? There's not much different about him, like in terms of like his personality. Like a lot of guys are, they tiptoe around women. They're scared of women. They're scared to be themselves, and women can see things like that. So Tyrell asks, what is the meaning of life for me? Well, one of them for me is to be as self-aware as I can, right? And to know myself well, and to be the best version of myself, right? And to heal from any past issues, anything to do with childhood, because it helps with things. If I can heal of past issues and things like that, then it helps with like how I interact with people. It helps with my relationship. Me and my girlfriend are into like, you know, growing together, spiritually together, you know, and dealing with any issues so that we're not like projecting at each other, things like that. Yeah, exactly. After the looks, it's like it's a very superficial thing, you know, and it's the whole thing about looks, appearance, and status is highlighted way too much in the current media right now, because once you've been with someone for a year or more, you know, the looks doesn't really have much to do with it anymore, you know. It's good. I think that as a person, you should definitely take care of yourself. Like if you know, you should definitely have an interest in fitness. You should like look after your body, you know, and that doesn't just mean going to the gym. You know, you can have weights at home. It's not just about going to a gym, right? You can have your own fitness set up at home. You can have a skipping rope. You can buy some weights and do that at home. As long as you're doing something to look after yourself, right? But the true attraction comes from within. The true attraction comes from within. The Meaning of Life by Ayn Rand. Might look into that. You know, the true attraction comes from within, especially if like you're looking for a long-term thing. Because women, like I said, women meet the same guy all the time, like in terms of like personality, because most guys are not, they don't know what it means to be authentic. And that's why a lot of guys end up getting rejected by women, because they're just the same guy that they've seen before. And how you become a different guy is by learning yourself, by having like daily self-reflection, getting to know yourself, so that you can stand out. Because then it won't be about looks, because women can see, like I said, women see the same guy all the time. So if you can be yourself and start to realize like who you are, and really get to know like your interests, what you like, what you don't like, and with women, you really have to be able to stand on what you say. Like if you don't like something, if you don't want to do something, stand on that, right? Because that shows that you're a masculine man. You're not influenced by her decisions or what she's thinking. You got to be able to, that's what makes you attractive, right? You got to be able to stand on your own thing, right? And then that's when I started to have more success with women as well, is by getting to know myself, and not trying to be like every other guy. You know, find out what your hobbies are, pursue those. You know, have a focus in life, like what is it you want to do in life, and focus on that. And you know, when you do go on dates and you are speaking to women, that energy is going to come across, you know, because you're a busy guy, you've got things going on, right? Yeah, life is incredibly, this life we have on this earth is very short. That is true, and that's something I think of often as well. You know, this life that we have on this earth is very, very short. That's why it's super, super important to be careful with who you get into a relationship with. You know, a lot of guys get carried away when they meet a new woman, especially if they've not had like attention from a woman for a while. And then they get carried away and they become like, you know, smitten and love struck, or whatever you want to call it. And then they end up misjudging the situation. They start making decisions based on their feelings rather than what's logical, and then they end up staying in the wrong relationship too long, and that can cause many problems. Regretting having a child with someone. And that's one thing I would say. Thankfully, I'm childless. I don't have. I say thankfully. I mean, nothing wrong with having kids. I just mean thankfully I've not had a child with someone who I have broken up with, and then it's difficult. And you see a lot of that happen to a lot of guys, right? Where they get into relationships that they regret and stuff. And that's because they didn't vet the woman, they rushed into a relationship, they didn't take like 9 to 12 months to see if she was right. All kinds of reasons why men rush into relationships. They get carried away, like I said, they become smitten and basing everything on feelings rather than being logical, right? And assessing and judging the situations they get themselves in. So, when it comes to, women and dating, just take your time, there's no rush. Just take your time, see if she's good for you, see if she can listen, to things that you say. That's a super important thing for me. All the girls I date, when I'm in a relationship, I tell them straight away I don't do arguments, I don't argue. My life is pretty peaceful when I'm single, so I don't expect it to be worse when I'm dating or in a relationship. It should not be, your life should not end up being worse and more stressful. So like I was saying to some of the other people commenting earlier, never rush into a relationship. I appreciate that, Tugra. Thanks. How many of you guys, are you a parent, Tugra? You have kids? Anyone in the chat have kids? Anyone have kids? I don't have kids yet. Anyone else got like questions or anything? If you're single, are you out there approaching? Yeah. Exactly, Mars, yeah. A lot of guys do that, man. A lot of guys do that. Yeah, settling just due to like loneliness, things like that. Not realizing that we're worth more. Not realizing that we're worth more. That your time is worth more. You always do. One of the most important things for me is always look for a woman that is showing you passion and desire. Like you can see it in a woman's eyes, right? Like how she's talking to you, her energy, right? You gotta have someone that is showing that desire for you from the start, because then the relationship or whatever happens after is going to be pretty much easier, right? It's going to be much easier. a lot of guys just get into relationships because like they're bored or lonely. They just want someone there. Um, not appreciating their own value. Okay, so you have a son, right? That's cool. So yeah, relationships are a bigger deal than we give credit for, right? And to be honest, that's something that's also not spoken about enough, is how important, um, how much of a serious business a relationship is. It's a massive deal to be in a relationship with someone. It's not like this small thing. Do you think the country I was born in is affecting your faith? Oh, good question. In faith, in what way? What do you mean by faith, Tugram? But yeah, relationships are a bigger deal than people are currently discussing, right? Because at the end of the day, it's two people coming together. You don't know. The person is going to tell you things, especially at the start. They're going to tell you things that they just want you to hear. There's a lot of things you're not going to know about that person for a long time. You both had different childhoods, and that's something that people don't focus on enough as well. How your childhoods and how unhealed childhoods are going to possibly affect the connection between you two, unless you're actually doing something to heal from like past traumas and stuff. And there's a lot to consider. And that's something I'd like to help men with, is the amount of things to consider before going into a relationship. You should always, if you meet a woman that you really like, and it could become serious, you want to ask her how her childhood was, right? You want to know as much as you can. You deserve to know. You deserve that. If you're going to actually be in a relationship with this person and potentially be with them 5+ years, right, which is a lot of time out of your life, you want to know as much about them as possible, right? You want to ask those kind of questions. You want to know, what was your childhood like? Because if she's not sort of doing stuff to heal from her childhood and stuff, then it could potentially affect you in the relationship in a negative way. Yeah, I definitely think the country you're in can, because every culture is different, right? So, and different cultures have like different ways of thinking and doing things. So yeah, the culture of a country can definitely affect like your mindset and stuff. Yeah, I'm in a relationship now, yeah. My girlfriend is from the Philippines. We met here in London. And yeah, it's going pretty well. We have a good relationship. But to have a relationship and to you really have to be switched on as a man. You really have to be switched on to be in a relationship with a woman. You gotta learn management skills. You gotta learn to be a good listener. You gotta be a good listener. You gotta learn. There's a lot of things you have to learn. maybe if we go for like maybe 5-10 minutes more, and then I might head out now. We've been live for over an hour now. It's been great. First live stream. Hopefully I'll see you guys. It's been great talking. Hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one. Might do another one tomorrow. Is there any like topics that you guys wanna me to talk about next time or something? Yeah, that's a good question, Tugra. Not so much now. I don't really feel that way. I don't really like have that sense of loneliness, like, you know, if I'm in a relationship or anything. I think that can come down to, you know, if you feel lonely in a relationship, I think that is because you've not taken the time before the relationship. You've not taken the time to get to know yourself well. You shouldn't feel lonely in a relationship, right? There's reasons why we feel certain things, right? There's reasons why we have certain emotions, right? Nothing, we don't just have an emotion for no reason. They always come from somewhere. So um, if you feel lonely in a relationship, then it's because you've not taken the time before the relationship to get to know yourself well. So that means when you get into a relationship, because you don't know your identity, a lot of people end up like losing their identity, right? You have the potential of like losing your identity. A lot of people get a sense of like feeling lost in a relationship because they haven't taken the time to find out their identity before going in the relationship, which is also important as well. Because you shouldn't go into a relationship, right, to find your identity. That's something you should actually really try and do before. And then you won't feel like something's missing in the relationship, right? Because you end up relying on the person like to fill a hole, to fill a void. And that void can only be filled by yourself. Someone else can't do that for you. A relationship can enhance the positive improvements you've made within yourself already. That's all it should do. It should just enhance the work you've done on yourself already. And then I think it's very important as men, young men, to do that work before we go into a relationship, right? We've got to work on ourselves before entering a relationship, and then it won't feel like you're alone. It's very, very important to do like work on yourself. Like if you know, I'll just give an example off the top of my head. Like if you're a guy who gets angry quick, if like you have a short fuse, you want to like try and find out why. Like you want to really hone in on where, for example, from your childhood that came from, and try and deal with that so that you're not projecting that onto whoever you're in a relationship with. Yeah, I've lost some people in my life, you know, like grandparents. No one recently, just like maybe grandparents, things like that a few years ago, but nothing. How about yourself? Oh, tomorrow I'll probably live stream tomorrow, maybe about 7 p.m., 8 p.m. UK time. I'll probably be streaming around that time. Often, like maybe 7, 8 p.m. UK time. So a lot of there's a lot of channels on YouTube that don't really promote or talk enough about men working on themselves, like before going into a serious relationship. Like if you're someone who actually desires to have like a long-term relationship that's healthy and quite smooth running, then you want to try and deal with a lot of your stuff first. You want to try and deal with like a lot of your issues first, so that because at the end of the day, a relationship is about two people, right? It's not just one. There's quite a big responsibility going into a relationship, right? Because there's two of you. So you also have to look at how you're coming across to the other person. Are you actually improving the person's life, or are you kind of just since you've come into a relationship, are your lives worse? Like, are you arguing? Is there less peace? It shouldn't be that you go into a relationship and your life has suddenly become more toxic than it was when you were single. No, my mum and dad are still here. My mum's dad is still here with me. Not living with me, but they're still here on the earth. They're still alive. Oh, nice. So you play like PlayStation and stuff with your children. That's cool. I got a PlayStation 5 myself, which I like to play quite often here and there. Oh no, no worries. No, it's all good. All right, people. It's been an amazing live stream. Definitely had a lot more interaction than I thought would happen. I'm actually quite surprised. It's my first live stream. Wasn't sure what was gonna happen. I thought, you know what, F it. Let me just get on there. And yeah, it's been amazing. So thank you for everyone who came out today. Really, really appreciate it. Like I said before, please like the stream. Please subscribe. Shout outs to Tugra, to Mars, to Matt. Don't know if Matt's still there. Shout outs to Tyrell, all the people who came in. He's been quite active in the chat tonight. Really appreciate it. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Yeah, Genshin Impact is... I've not played Genshin Impact too much, but there's another game that the studio made called Honkai Star Rail, and that is really good. I've had like over 200 hours in that, playing that. So that's been good. But yeah, shout outs to everyone who came out tonight. Hopefully see you tomorrow. And yeah, peace. Have a good evening, and see you tomorrow. Peace.